What's up, Model Brats? It's Special God here. So today we're gonna do a new what if Deku was OP? So overpowered. So yeah, this is a very broken what if. So yeah, without any further ado, let's get watching. So Goku doesn't have a quirk. Don't worry, I'm not gonna make his quirk called OP, overpowered. But this overpowered is based on Goku's potential. It's a godlike potential. I mean, he can learn anything at any time. His body will be perfect for it. So it's like basically it's like Goku's potential. Not Goku's potential. It's Broly's potential. A godlike fast potential. So Goku would be. Deku would be deemed quirkless, and he would start getting bullied. But just after some bullying, Deku would start to get a resistant. He would start to get a resistance over it. It's like Bakugo, blasting in the skins, which would not hurt him that much. And after some time, it would even stop hurting. So basically, after Bakugo starts beating Deku just for fun. He and his goons start beating Deku. He just lies down there with an not an uneasy expression, with an expression which states that he doesn't feel anything. Bakugo asks, how is it, Deku? You are a quirkless loser, so you can't even self-defense. Deku just says, Kachan, have you gone weaker? What? What did you say? And he blasts his hand. He blasts he doesn't blast his hand. He starts blasting. He starts blasting his hand. Not in the literally way, but just saying. He says, then why doesn't your punch go? Deku says, then why doesn't the punch? Why don't I feel your punch, Kachan? I feel it very weak. I can't even feel it basically. Kachan, Bakugo gets angry. What did I say, Deku? No, he uses his full force and strikes a big explosion. Not as big as the Bakugo which we know, but a big one considering stage. Deku, just stands there with his shirt, shirt torn off, but not a big one. His body's okay. Nothing. He just feels some burns in here and there, but that's all. It doesn't hurt him. It's just burns. He can just see some burns, but that's all. And Bakugo's like, what is it, Deku? Did you manifest a quirk or something? Deku, sees his says, I don't think so, Kachan. He just said, I didn't even think of using a quirk. I'm just calm and collected, and I'm not even trying to use anything. What, Deku? Your endurance is that much? I don't know. Kachan smiles and say, punch me, Deku. Why, Kachan? Just think about all the pain which I have given you and punch me back. You sure? Yeah, I'm 100% sure. I'll take responsibility. No, Deku takes his hand and the full force punches Kacha. His teeth, the half teeth breaks and he flies to a distance and falls down. And he catches Vix's last gun. What is this? Okay, my Bakugo voice is very bad, but please stay with me. So, what is his power? He doesn't know. Deku, clenches his fist and with a smile, he has a small smile in his face because he had endured Bakugo for some time, and it's like a sweet revenge. As a couple of years pass, and Deku's body literally grows at a much higher rate. He starts, practicing martial arts, and in just couple of months, he's already reached black or red belt. He doesn't have anything to learn, so he just stops coming to the martial arts. And then he starts doing other like boxing, kickboxing, taekwondo. He just finishes it all in full scoop. So it just takes a couple of months. In a year, he's fully, like a big man. He can kick, box, use martial arts. So basically, kicking, yes, defense. He uses the martial arts for defense, and boxing and taekwondo for attack. That's his mainly routine. His endurance is basically skyrocketed. Okay, so it's basically Kirishima's endurance. Okay, so Deku is now 12 basically after learning all the martial arts. Bakugo always tries to use his full impact on Deku, but Deku doesn't even have a scratch now, which bothers Bakugo very much. He always tries to punch Izuku, kick, use blast, do everything he can to at least give some damage to Izuku. But Izuku is just standing there, taking all of the hits. His clothes are being burnt, that's all. But after some time, when Bakugo does this, Izuku catches his hand and then just throws it away. And Bakugo starts flying and lands down. He says, brushes his thing and says, Kachan, you're just ruining my dress now. After all these years, just can't you understand that you can't hurt me? Damn it, Deku! And stop calling me that, Kachan. I can defend myself against you very well. Even you can't land a single scratch against me, Kachan. Deku, you'll always be a defense Izuku. No, Kachan, you just can't face the facts. Why can't you understand that I have more defense, more endurance, more strength, more agility? Literally, I'm better than you in every way possible. Just understand it. No, I will be the number one hero. You are a quirkless Izuku. Deku sighs and says, and what if I am quirkless? I am stronger than you, Kachan. Take your superiority complex, shove it in your butt, and accept it. Deku just walks off. This angers Kachan a bit. He wants to go and attack, but he knows that he can't even land a scratch. Deku's right, but he just doesn't want to accept it. He thinks that he's still stronger than Deku, and he still thinks it. The next day is a normal, PT day. That is when Deku is just sitting alone, just thinking about his life, about how this really weird endurance thing happened. He even tried to check with the doctor, but doctor said that he doesn't have a quirk. So what is this? Is this a genetic modification or something like that? He's just thinking about how his life works. That's when Bakugo comes up and says, You and me, one last fight. After this, let's see who is stronger. Izuku says, Come on, Kachan, why are you... please take your superiority complex up your butt and just accept with the... Bakugo comes with a punch and hits Izuku right in the jaw, but Izuku doesn't even face it. He just sees Kachan and says, Are you okay? Are you satisfied? No, please, guys, just don't mess with me. Kachan has blast in the sand and says, You hear me? One final battle. After that, I won't do it. One final battle with everything we got. And if I lose, I will accept that you are stronger than me. Deku smiles and says, Fine then. And if I win, you will have to stop calling me Deku. Fine. And just call me Zuko if you want. Zuko, that's... Let's not talk about it. Let's just start the fight. They go in the middle of the ground and Kachan asks the teacher about the permission to use the quirks. The teacher is a bit hesitant, the teacher starts rejecting it, but Izuku says it's okay. and all. Teacher sighs and says, just don't get hurt. He wants to tell it to Bakugo, but he stays silent because he doesn't want Bakugo to be depressed, because Izuku is trying his best not to get Kachan depressed. So then Izuku and Kachan start fighting. Or I should say, Kachan jumps and he blasts to move forward. He's not using his full power blast to move forward, but then he starts using his speed, agility to dodge all the punches and kicks that Izuku is throwing at him. Kachan thinks that Izuku is using all of his power, but Izuku ain't using. He's just using like 10% of his power, and they are at 12. Remember that. Then Kachan comes with straight in the face. Izuku, who was facing his back against Kachan, quickly moved in a second, caught Kachan's hand and threw him upwards, jumped, and with not much just to knock Kachan out, he punched, elbowed Kachan's stomach and threw him to the ground. And Kachan fell down and got knocked out. And he's taken to the hospital. The nurse's office, and then he wakes up after some time where he sees Izuku sitting near him, just reading some books. And then when Kachan makes a movement, then Izuku says, Kachan, you woke up, huh? Sorry for hitting you quite a while. I tried to hold my power as much as I can, but I wanted to, show the difference between our power, but I forgot that I had to hold my power and I used like 20% of you. That was 20%? Yeah. And then he says, I just can't. Fine, you are the winner. I will take my superiority complex, shove it in my ass, and accept the facts. Then he's going to chuckles and says, you wouldn't have to say it, you have to put it in your ass or something. Nah, I'll just say it. Bakugo starts tearing up a bit. Why am I not strong against you? Izuku sees Kachan getting and says, well, Kachan, it's because you are not training, Kachan. Kachan sees it because, what do you mean by not training? I train every day to defeat you. I mean, Kachan, you have to have an ambition to surpass me. You are training to defeat me, but not surpassing me. That's the main problem. You are trying to defeat me, but not surpassing me. He says, if I try to surpass you, will I become stronger? Izuku says, that I don't know, but you have to try your best. Izuku stands up and leaves. Kachan's like, fine, I'll just do whatever I can to even get close to Izuku, because he accepted Izuku superior to him. He had accepted a long time, but his ego wasn't satisfied. But after this battle, his ego finally became satisfied. He wanted to defeat Izuku. Not defeat, surpass him. By all means, not all means necessary. He won't go to villain side or something. He would surpass Izuku by his own means, his way of being a hero. Then 3 more years pass and now Izuku is 50 and Izuku and Kachan train daily. Not Kachan days daily with Izuku, but Izuku is now just standing there blocking Kachan's attacks. Kachan is just using his max power again and again until he can't. Due to that, Kachan's endurance with his blast gets way higher than what it was. And after the day of the class is finished, the teacher comes and says, you all are gonna go to the heroes class and throws up the paper. And everyone starts showing off their quirks. Izuku, he doesn't have a quirk, so he doesn't have to show off. But then, Bakugo doesn't speak up his word, saying, And then the teacher says about Bakugo being trying to go to UA, and Bakugo say, "Yeah, and I will." He doesn't want to, shout and say, and he doesn't want to show superiority complex because he has left it. He doesn't, underestimate people right now because he underestimated it and faced the price, and then everyone says Izuku too. And some start laughing because they haven't seen what Izuku is really made of. But others don't laugh. They just shrug it off, saying, "Yeah, of course Izuku will pass." Izuku, those are laughing, he just shrugs it off, saying, "Nah, I don't care about them." After the class, Bakugo says, "Hey, you wanna train Izuku? You wanna train? I mean, you wanna train Izuku?" "Nah, Kachan, I have to go home to, make some dinner plans and all." Okay, bye. Kachan leaves and Izuku goes to the same slug and slug villain attacks him. Even if he has endurance to all that, he can't have endurance to, you're suffocating, right? So that, what's his name? The slug monster takes. No, he tries to remove his head. He does all he can, but even with his enhanced, bodybuilding strength, he can't do it. And one more thing, Deko's literally ripped. He has six packs, and that six packs are so clear. They are so ripped. He has big muscles, not big like All Might. He has a big, his body is way more dense than what it is. Way more ripped and dense what it was than the cannon. And his height is also more great. It's taller to, let's say, Tenya Ida. Yeah, it's taller to Ida. I'm sorry. Then All Might comes in, punches the Sludge villain out of, not out of existence, out of Izuku's back. And Izuku doesn't faint this time. He can try to hold on to it, but he's dizzy, that's all. He doesn't faint because of suffocating. He's dizzy. Then, All Might starts collecting, and Izuku, finally gets out of his dizziness and, starts fanboying All Might because he still thinks All Might is the greatest hero of all time, and he still starts fanboying. All Might asks, "Fine, young man. Please let me do my job." Sorry, All Might. I'll help you too. Izuku starts, helping All Might to put in the bottle, to put the sludge in the bottle. Then All Might thanks Izuku and signs his notebook, and he goes to jump away, but Izuku catches him. And the same interaction happens with Izuku saying that he can become a hero without a quirk. When All Might says he can't, but Izuku brings up a weird condition of his. That he has a tall endurance, his body, adapts to everything really quick, and his strength is really abnormal, even though he doesn't have a quirk. All Might is confused. The Small Might is confused and says to demonstrate it. He goes near the ceiling, using his full force, punches the ceiling, which breaks off. All Might is shocked. Oh my god, this guy is a powerhouse without even a quirk. All Might thinks that this guy should be a successor, but he thinks that, nah, let's find out for now. Then he says that they will meet later if anything happens. And he says that Izuku can become a hero with this power. He just has to use it well. They go. And all incident against Kachan being against the slug monster happens. So why is Kachan here? He wants to buy some groceries for his mother because Kachan understands how his mother is suffering because of him. So Kachan has become a good, type of a good character in this 3 years. He's not fighting with his mother. He understands, about others' difficulties too, except for his difficulties. So he wants to go buy groceries for his mother, but he gets stuck, and due to the sludge monster. And this when everyone gathers, and Izuku, who is there, sees Kachan, starts running, and he throws the backpack at him, and instead of trying to remove Kacha, he uses his full force and punches it. The sludge villain, which hurts it a little bit for to it lead to Kachan a little bit, but Deku uses his other arm to catch Kachan, uses his entire force and pulls Kachan out of the sludge monster. And that is when All Might comes and uses the Detroit Smash to change the weather and blah blah blah. Deku, Kachan thanks Izuku, for helping him. And one more thing, Kachan still gets, still gets captured, even though he's way stronger than what he was in the canon. Because, well, if somebody just comes behind you and sticks with you to absorb you, you can't do anything, right? So, anyways, the heroes, try to scold Izuku, but Izuku just says that I am doing your work. You have to do you are not even doing your work, and I have to do your work. So don't start lecturing me about it. Other heroes, looks down, because they know what Izuku told them right about. They had to help Kachan, but they didn't. Oh my God, why is this narrating so hard? Once again, I'll drink water. So then when he goes home, All Might comes and gives him one for all. He tells him about the one for all story, and Izuku gladly accepts. And All Might tells Izuku to show his body. Izuku was a little creeped out. I mean, why do you want to see my body? With power, he's covering his head. All Might says, no. I want to see your body if it's ready for my quirk. Izuku says, oh, like that. And he, takes off his shirt, and Yusuko's body is ripped like hell. No homo. Okay? No homo. Yusuko's body is ripped like hell. All Might, goes to his buff form, takes out hair and gives it to Izuku. Here. Izuku's like, I'm not eating that. All Might says, you have to, because it contains my DNA, and to pass one for all, you need to have a DNA. You need to, send DNA with other. So Deku, and takes it, and the power which he gets, I mean, he doesn't get it automatically. He just eats it and goes home. Next day, Izuku, comes to the Deboba beach, something like that. Deboba beach, and All Might is there with the small might form, and he says to use one for all. Izuku doesn't know what he's trying to say, so All Might just says to focus all the energy in his fist and punch the air. Izuku does so, and when he punches the air, a huge gust of wind starts, and his hand is basically broken. What is worse in the training arc. And they both go to the kiss doctor, UA doctor. Yeah, his name is UA doctor, and she kisses his arm and it reveals, and that's when All Might and Deku start training to use this quirk. All Might starts training Deku. After 2 days, Deku points out the damage which of his body, and that's when All Might points out to spread the quirk throughout his body. And he gets full cowling. First he goes to 2%, which he can easily do. He goes to 5%, which he can do. Which he goes to 10%, which he can do. It's no problem. He can go to 20%, which is a little straining in the body, but he still can move around. Then he goes to 30%, which is a whole lot straining in the body. But then he uses a small finger to smash. But then he trains, and he doesn't get black whip right away, but he starts training with the quirk at 30%. He can use it at 30%, which his body is basically like All Might's. I mean, not his body, his power. He doesn't get fully All Might's power, but it's a lot. I mean, Izuku's body quickly adapts to the 30% of one for all, and Izuku even goes to 40%, and that is where Izuku tries to use a smash with his finger, and that is why he activates Black Whip in the second month of training, where he has cleared all the trash in the first month, because He was using one for all to jump here and jump there. And yeah, he gets black whip, and Izuku says Izuku can't control it, so All Might goes to his buff form and punches Izuku with his full power, and Izuku goes the distance and falls into the water, which basically makes him unconscious. And Izuku comes out with his hand a little distraught. They both go to the kiss doctor. I mean the UA doctor. Why do I call this kiss doctor again and again? They both go to the UA doctor, and that's when Deku and All Might talk about the black groovy, and All Might starts researching. And this is the 10 months pass where Deku can use 60% of one for all. He can use float, no problem. He can use the danger sensing, no problem. And he can use black whip mastered, no problem. And he can use 60% of it. He tells Bakugo about him receiving a quirk. Bakugo was like, what the hell, man? You are getting a quirk? Dude, without even a quirk, you are badass. And if you get a quirk, you're literally broken, dude. Deku scratches his head saying, yeah, but I like to be broken. Deku says, fine, but that means I have to train even more harder. And yeah, now let's go to the training practice. The practical exams. Due to Izuku having learning quickly, he basically aces the exam. Aces, I mean literally gets full marks. And the practical exam, and one more thing, he doesn't trip like he does, and he's way more confident than what he was, so he doesn't make Uraraka. And Deku, when he was behind, he jumps a little bit and sees there are quite some people in front, so he decides to go in front. Izuku walks, and then he starts by 10 ideas saying, you can't go to the girl and start disturbing her. She's thinking about something. Izuku raises his eyebrow and his hand, which is in the pocket, and says, who is going to talk to who? I'm just going in front to have a place, have a good place. Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood you. No problem. And Izuku starts. And my President Mike says, there's no countdown in battle. Go, go, go. Izuku activates one for all and runs like a madman. Literally speed is nothing compared. Ida's speed is nothing. Ida even starts running with his full speed, but instead, no, he doesn't use a receptor boost. He just uses his main engines, which is nothing comparable to Izuku's speed. He's just using 20% of one for all. He doesn't want to use 60% at the first start. He, starts jumping using black whip, he starts floating using black whip. And basically, he gets way more points than anyone ever had. He even breaks the All Might record in just a couple of minutes. And before the 0-pointer comes, Izuku had a total of 1,000 points. Yep, 1,000 points. He even saves some people along the way. He even saves some people, they are having difficulty, but Izuku using his black whip, and because I have his high reach, he's able to help other people. And not after it, then the 0-pointer reward comes. He sees Uraraka, stuck inside the rubble. He doesn't care about it. He just sees of what he saw. She has the gravity cock. She just needs to touch the rubble and she can fly, which she should have done in the canon, but she's like, help me! It's like, help me! Help me! Okay, I'm not going to say more than that. Izuku jumps and uses the Detroit Smash. Not a Detroit Smash, he uses California. He uses foot style, which he got, because All Might said during the training that Izuku has to develop his own person, not copy All Might. So Deku has his own style of fighting, and he just sweeps the robot in half cleanly. Not even a small ups and down. He just sweeps it fully. And the 0 pointer comes down. He just lands down, puts his hand in his pocket, or cancels the one for all, and starts just walking. And then the times stops. And Hisoka just walks on, waiting for his acceptance letter, which gets here in 1 month. And that is where we're going to leave for this episode. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next episode. Peace out. If you guys like, subscribe, do the necessary stuff, and if you don't, I can understand. So peace out.